Carlsbad, and I'm on the phone right now, as you could tell. Yes, I shaved off the beard, going back to the normal Cassius Cuvée look. We're gonna let everybody get in. If you can hear me out there, say something in the chat, because I'm doing it on the phone. I got the charts here in front of me on the computer down here below me. And man, what a hell of a run we've had here since Friday. And I'm looking at right now Moonday. Now, if you guys are in the profit circle, shout out to the profit circle, because we've been doing a lot of winning in there. We got some new wave makers in there. People are posting setups in the future trades. What's up, Jesse? All right, glad you can hear me. All right, cool. We're on the phone right now. So yeah, I'm down here in Carlsbad, and this stream probably won't be as long, but I wanna give one tip for sure. So if you've seen the thumbnail, it says that Bitcoin, instead of selling Bitcoin, do this instead. And basically what I'm gonna there's a couple of things I wanna talk about. One is kind of like hedging, but the other thing is I wanna put an emphasis on spot BTC, because a lot of people are trying to play Bitcoin in different ways. Thanks for the feedback, Jesse and Cervanto, shout out to you guys. So, there's things like MicroStrategy, and there's all these Bitcoin leverage plays and things like that. Now, if we're going into a bear market, if we've seen the top, and this is just a dead cat bounce right now, the NASDAQ might have peaked out right now. If it falls, we know crypto's toast. What I want to tell you can do is, you don't have to sell all your spot Bitcoin, right? So you can leverage it, hedge it by shorting. Maybe you don't want to short. I don't really like shorting Bitcoin, to be honest with you, but you can leverage short. You could leverage short even if it was only 2 or 3 exit to try to get some gains in the stock market. You guys know I come from TradFi. What they do is they buy options plays. They'll buy puts to offset when they draw down, so it doesn't mess up their long-term holdings, so they don't have to pay taxes. But the other thing is, you can always start thinking about a DCA strategy. So first of all, I would get out of the weird shit like MicroStrategy and all these leverage plays that are they're like Ponzi's and shit that can go sideways one of a million different ways that don't have to do with spot Bitcoin price. You guys, Bitcoin's a volatile asset. I know people want to believe it's going to go up forever like they do every single bull market, but we've seen it dip a couple times now below 100 grand. And I hope this is a wake up call for a lot of people that Bitcoin's a volatile asset. It could drop down to 75K. It could drop down to 48K, honestly. And I can't show you all the charts right now to show you that, but pull up your charts and follow along. You can see where the support and resistance is. And, if we're in a bear, guys, we're not even in a bear market yet. Not in the overall market, certainly not in stocks. We had 3 days of pullbacks and crypto already tanked, right? So things can get a lot worse. Now, if you don't want to sell your Bitcoin bags, right? Because you don't think we're at the top, you can either A, hedge it by shorting it. B, I would get out of all the weird shit that is going to collapse, ugly, like MicroStrategy, could go bankrupt. You know what I'm saying? You could be liquidated. Bitcoin's not going to die, but because he's when I say he, I'm talking about Michael Saylor, because he's leveraging his stock at 4x leverage, and it's already underperforming Bitcoin. That's kind of the most important thing here. MicroStrategy is already underperforming Bitcoin, right? It made its high in November, December of 2024. So you don't want to be in a stock like that. If you want to play Bitcoin, just play Bitcoin. Don't buy Coinbase. Don't try to get cute and do all these other things, because they can do things like dilute share. These are all the reasons why we want Bitcoin in the first place. We want Bitcoin, spot BTC, you keep it in your wallet, as opposed to all these leverage plays. The reason why we don't play the stock market the same way we believe in crypto, or Bitcoin, I should say, is because they can manipulate it. Whereas Bitcoin is Bitcoin. So what you can do is save in your cold storage wallet. If you want to, you're hunkering down right now. I'm gonna hold this for the next 4 years to the next cycle. That's fine. You could DCA, you could just stop buying, right? You could wait for the full-on bear market to hit for sure, unless you happen to think this is the bottom right here. But I guess my question is, are we closer to the bottom or the top, even if you think we're going back up again? Because by the way, as I look at the charts right here in front of me, I know you guys can't see them this time. Sure, we're getting a bounce, right? And good for crypto. We had a crazy pump on Friday, everything dumped, and now it's actually zigzag backing up. And by the way, I am a little bit bullish right now in Bitcoin, if we're looking at the 12-hour chart here, because we had the Christmas trees on the 12-hour, which is rare, but now we're getting that epic pump. Oh, and by the way, if you're in the profit circle, you saw that I put out that big trade. I said if this price hits on Moonday, while I'm out of town, for a couple of days, if that triggers, it was roughly a little over 2-to-1 risk to reward. But I'm like, Moonday is a shit coin, meme coin, right? If it triggers because of a big peak, pull up MOODENG. And you can see blockchain cowboy. What's going on, man? If you pull it up, you'll see it caught that wick If it gets gone a little bit higher, we'll see if it gets there by like tomorrow. I fly back home tomorrow. If it gets there, then I could either lose 1,800 or win. It was like 4,200 or something like that. So join the Profit Circle. The link's in the description of this video and all my videos. It is a Discord group. It's the alpha group. It's growing, and it's not just me posting setups in there. We got some great traders. Blueberry's hitting on the daily. We got Cess posting plays in there on the daily. We got FXG. He's posting plays. Everybody's posting plays in there. So there's a lot of opportunities, and so you don't necessarily have to take them all. You take whatever one might work for you, or you're like, oh, this shitcoin is doing a short squeeze. We want to try to short that down. Or we're just looking at the ebb and flow of a dino coin, or something gets over its skis. We call it the Wile E. Coyote trade, right? Just got a notification. Bitcoin just hit over 105,000 right now. So we're in their place every day. And this is 7 days a week. You know, crypto is 24/7. So we've got people from all over the world in there, you know, definitely checking the charts. So even if you don't want to copy everybody's trade or whatever, we can at least go in there and get more perspectives and more opportunities. Maybe it's a ticker you're not even looking at, right? The craziest thing is I hodl ICP. I didn't even see it originally when ICP started pumping and all the dino coin. I didn't even see those right away. I got it from the Profit Circle. And I've been posting some wins. Check the wins channel in there. Those weren't even some of the ones I uncovered. I uncovered a couple, but I've been watching the group. So we have a future trades channel. We have the market analysis channel. I've got the bullish and bearish tickers. But these are all available to the verified wave makers, which means anybody has access to the general chat just for free. You just click the link and you're in. But if you want to become verified, you get 1 month free if you use my invite code GMMNX5 and create an account on Phemex. And we got our admin back in there so he can answer any of your questions. But all you do is create an account on Phemex. It's totally free. So now you have access to trade. I'd rather have you save your money instead of paying me for the first month. I want to see if you get value out of the group. So deposit that money into your trading account, follow some of our plays, and then it'll pay for itself. So, you know, that's, you got 1 month to check it out, but you get to open up all the other channels. And that's kind of the main point of that. The general chat, sometimes we post plays in there. Blueberry does a really great job of posting the setups that he has in the future trades, but he doesn't tell you what ticker it is. Because he's like, look, just join the Profit Circle, become a verified wave maker, and then you see all the tickers that we're posting in there. And man, we got some winners. So shout out to the Profit Circle, man. Y'all are killing it right now. I'm working on some other stuff behind the scenes just to let you guys know too. That's why I'm traveling down here. So I'm doing other things. I'm trying to set up some shit that everybody in the Profit Circle can eat on autopilot, like get some little dividends on the side. I got a bigger plan. I want everybody to win. So that's what I'm working on, but I needed a dev, so I got a partner. So that's what's coming. It's the sneak peek. I've never said this live before, so that's the kind of stuff I got coming. The Cassius Cuvée is not playing no games when it comes to this trading market, this trading game. So that's what I'm looking at right now. I wish I could pull up the charts. I got to figure out a way when I'm on the road. This is really only the second time. The last time I was in Hawaii, and I took the phone and I went down to the water and to the beach, and I didn't know that the damn fucking stream had cut off. And I'm sitting there talking to you, and I'm showing you guys the beautiful ocean, and the shit wasn't even working. So this time I'm just staying in the room here. This won't be as long as a normal stream. I appreciate everybody who tapped in, though, Blockchain Cowboy Jesse and everybody, because you guys have been loyal and rocking with me from the beginning. And also, I want to call this out too. I call it out in the Profit Circle. I don't have any sway on any other exchanges except Breakout Prop and Phemex. So I'm official partners with Breakout Prop and Phemex. A lot of people in our group trade on Breakout Prop. A lot of people in the group also trade on Phemex. Obviously, you need to have a Phemex account to become a verified wave maker. If you ever come across any problems, stuck transactions or whatever, I don't do this every day. I can't make a habit out of it, but I can. If there's a serious issue and you're really trying to figure out what's going on and customer support's not helping, you can reach out to me and I'll see what I can do to help you out. As far as all the complaints I've seen in the general chat about any other platforms, I won't even name them, but we've been hearing complaints about other platforms. I can't help you. So I can only recommend using the people that I partner with. And the reason why I partner with them is because I actually use them and I recommend them. So I've had good experiences with their customer support, things like that. When I made all those Breakout Prop videos, the tutorial videos, I learned all those basically by chatting with customer support a year ago and asking them all the questions. And I was like, if these are all the questions I have, I know that other people who use Breakout Prop are gonna want to learn how to navigate the platform and app. They're gonna have the same questions I have, especially when they did the upgrade. They revamped everything on the charts. So I answered a lot of those questions in the videos I made for only 2 or 3 minutes long. Check out the playlist and watch those videos, and those are gonna give you some insights on how to navigate Breakout. Because last thing you want, you're in a trade, it's worth 100 grand, and all of a sudden something ain't working. And you're like, I want to partial close this trade, or I want to do something, and you can't figure out how to do it. That shit gets nerve-wracking because, and this is important too, and I keep trying to explain this to people. I got a video on my YouTube channel called The Most Important Breakout Prop Video Made Yet, where I'm explaining the 5x leverage. And I don't think people really get what that means. So Breakout Prop has 5x leverage built in for Bitcoin and Ethereum. 2x leverage for all the other altcoins. So any ticker you trade on Breakout Prop, your P&L moves faster than it would if you're trading spot, or even it moves faster on leverage than leverage trading too. But like, for example, on Phemex, you get to set your leverage. So you get to see your position size versus your margin size. So anybody who's kind of new, or just maybe you just need to kick it around your head, wake up one more time about this. Your position is how much money is in the trade. Your margin is how much of your money is at risk. So if I have 10x leverage on $100, that position size is $1,000 and my margin is $100 of my own money. But in Breakout Prop, you don't see the difference. All you see is, it says margin. It doesn't say position size, but it reads like position. So when there's 5x leverage on Bitcoin, if you put your whole entire $100,000 on that trade, that's the same as having $500,000 on a Bitcoin trade. But you don't see that. All you see is 100K. And what ends up happening is the P&L moves way faster. So you can make money hella fast, but you can go against you hella fast, and you don't want to get breached. You can only lose 4,000 a day if you're on the one-step 100 grand eval. So the whole point is, you don't really know until you do it how fast it feels when a ticker moves, especially if you're picking some random altcoin and you get 2x leverage. Even just 2x leverage is significant. Yeah, is that okay? So avoid getting breached. That one's a little bit older. I go into greater detail. That's a good question, Jesse. So the video that goes into greater detail is newer. It's called it says like the most important breakout prop video made yet, because I actually show screenshots of or screen recordings of Phemex and screen recordings of breakout prop with the same amount of money on each trade, and then I show the difference in the leverage, and that the one position size is 5 times bigger than the other one, but I show what the take profit would be the same amount of money. So if I have 20 grand of breakout prop money, that's actually $100,000 position size. So the other reason I bring this up, because this is very important, the feedback that you hear sometimes about breakout prop, the one negative, in fact, it's like the only negative I ever hear, is that they charge high fees, trading fees. I can't stress enough to you, that's not really true. Their trading fees are on par with basically Phemex or anybody else for the most part. It's just that the 5x leverage built in makes the fees 5 times higher. So you don't see it. It looks like, oh, I've only got a $20,000 position. Why are my trading fees 5 times higher? You're not even doing the 5 times math. They just seem higher. It's not that. It's the fact that the fees are on 100 grand, not on 20 grand. So that's why it's so much higher. Okay, thanks, Jesse. You get searching the video. You're going to post the link. Appreciate you posting in the chat. That's what my mods are for. Appreciate you guys. Especially I'm on the phone. I can't even do the shit. So that video is going to, it literally breaks down. It's not, none of this is rocket science, you guys, but it definitely, even for an experienced trader like me, it takes some getting used to, especially if you're new to breakout prop. That's why I made these videos. So you get a feel for it. Because what happens is you're just noticing the P&L moving hell of it. You're like, whoa. At first it seems good and you're winning at first, but then you lose, like, what the fuck? So this is why I had to make that video, because the fees. So someone gave feedback in the profit circle. I appreciate all the honest feedback. When he mentioned breakout prop to another group he's in, he was like, everyone said the fees. Like, I'm just giving you the feedback. I'm like, okay. Now listen, if somebody has their head in the sand, they don't want to listen, they're not going to listen. There's nothing you can do about that. But there's like a mathematical reason to this. It's not like a matter of opinion. It's 5x leverage built in, so your fees are 5 times higher. And that's needed information. You're like, because if I jump into a $100,000 Bitcoin trade and I get right out, you can be like, damn, I got charged like $100 in fees or whatever it is. But it's like, yeah, but that's because it's on $500,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's on way more if you use your whole entire bag, your whole margin. So definitely got to drive that point home, because a lot of us in the group trade on breakout prop. Now, so for me, where does that lead to? My strategy is I don't usually trade Bitcoin or Ethereum on breakout prop, because I like the volatility of one of the altcoins. So I only have 2x leverage built in. So I don't know, it's just easier to kind of see the fees, but also it's just less fees because you get more volatility with a lesser amount of money. So therefore you can make just as much money with less movement. Hi, it says Esther, how you doing? Welcome to the show. This is the Come Up with your boy Cassius Cuvée. Every Sunday at noon I do this show, by the way. Rain or shine, you see I'm not even at home in the studio right now, but I'm still bringing you the show from the room. And I can't even show you the whole charts and everything because I'm on the phone right now. But first of all, if there's any questions, you can leave them in the profit circle. It's free to join the general chat. So always join the general chat. It's just free. The link is in the description of this video. Any question about breakout prop or Phemex, I got you. any just trade ideas or setups, the whole group got you. Everybody is in there trying to help one another. And the reason also why I have that gatekeep on there, why it does cost $99 a month to become a verified wave maker, you can do it for free. All you got to do is create an account, my Phemex account, with my Phemex invite link. But the reason why I have that is because it keeps out all the bots and all the spammers and all the scammers. So I run a tight ship in there between me and the admin, Blockchain Cowboy. We making sure that everybody who comes in there is legit. If someone comes in there posting links and spam and all kind of shilling their Solana, I want to buy some Solana wallets or whatever the fuck they say, those scammers, we kick them out immediately. So that way everybody in there is, they're contributing Wavemaker, they're part of the group. So I definitely want to call that out because I know a lot of other groups that people are in, they might even pay for these groups and they're just getting spammed all day long. It's fucking annoying as shit. So that don't really happen in our group. Our group is pretty much everybody who's like serious about trying to make some money, bro. I mean, look, at the end of the day, an alpha group is about trying to make money. But we don't care if it goes long. We don't care if it goes short. I don't have a bunch of moon boys in my group. I'm in other groups and they turn to moon boys and you're like, you guys, I'm trying to help you not lose your money. You know what I'm saying? MicroStrategy is going to fucking tank, but if you're drinking the Kool-Aid, I can't help you. But I made that video when I had the beard growing out long because I'm like, I really am trying to, I don't know why I give a fuck, but I seem to care. I lost a lot of money in crypto when everything tanked. It wasn't all my fault. I had money in Celsius and they went bankrupt. But like crypto has like 100 different ways that you can get scammed. And my job, my passion, I should say, is to keep you from getting wrecked. So when I'm shorting all these shit coins, part of the reason I'm doing it is not just to win because I knew they're going to fall, but it's to like, I'm showing you guys the P&Ls where I'm up 4,000% because I'm like, you guys, I'm a realist. I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid here. Like, you got to trust me that I'm not just, caught up in the hype. I'm like, this is fake and we can make money in both directions. I don't know how many tweets I put out there that learn to trade in both directions, learn to trade in both directions. Been saying it since 2024, learn to trade in both directions. And, it seems like it falls on deaf ears, at least on Twitter. But the real ones listen and they join the profit circle and then we get money together. So in our group, it's like 50-50. Might go long when it looks long, I might go short when it goes short. Not everybody agrees all the time, but here's the good thing. Sometimes everybody does agree. And so far, it's never been wrong. Like when we all called the top and we saw that Bitcoin was last time at 126K and shit, I was like, look, bro, everybody started getting ready for their shorts. I was a little bit skeptical when it broke through the new all-time high. I had gotten out of my shorts. I was like, sometimes you're not really supposed to short a new all-time high. But as soon as it broke back down again, I jumped in and we all cleaned up. So that's why when October 10th happened and everything tanked, we were all short. I don't know anybody in the profit circle. Nobody said that they lost any money. Everyone was like, shit, we won. It was just a matter of where do we take profit on that wick because it lasted only like 40 minutes or whatever, right? So I caught the perfect bottom of BNB. Like there was like a lot of shorts that all won and none of us were panicking. Everybody else is crying all over crypto Twitter. Like there's no crying in the casino. By now you should know that shit, by the way. This is not news. If you've been here since 2024, we already had this collapse happen, in February and March. So like, where the fuck you been, So anyways, that's where we at right now. So Jesse, what's up? He said, glad I got that long on KTA that time. Still printing, cool. Yeah, and that was the time to go long. And we even called it. We went long. I even went long on Bitcoin. I like going long Bitcoin. I don't short Bitcoin. I short shit coins. But look, actually, I still have this one Bitcoin long open that I got in at about 99.5. I don't know. I think I'm 99,497 or something like that. I have to look it up. But I'm still in that Bitcoin long because what happened? This is what I noticed. You see the momentum happen. You got the big waterfalls that come all down. Then you get the initial dead cat bounce. That 12-hour green dot came. But I knew it wasn't that strong. It dropped again. But then everything pumped again on Friday. Then the weekend came, pulled back, and then here we are again. Now we're pumping again. That's how things work. They don't usually just go straight down and then straight back up again. They start to bounce around down there, and then people say, okay, the downward momentum is ending. They start putting new money to work. So the only two shorts I have open right now, actually, kind of just going for it, is Zcash and ZK. I closed my other shorts. You guys saw that I had like 700% win on SCRT. So these were some of these, I can't remember who called these out initially. They might have been in the future trades. I might have seen them on Twitter, just people telling me these shit coins are getting over the skis. Dash. I closed out some whoppers in yesterday, I guess it was. But I'm still in ZEC, Zcash. This is more of I like to be honest. So when I'm in the group, I'm honest about like, this is kind of a gamble play. Like Zcash is hot, right? Hot as fish grease. It's the first one that pumped off our little all season, So shorting this is dangerous. I got stopped out a couple of times, but I got a decent entry, not a great one. KTA is up 2,247% at the moment. Jesus Christ, Kita Network. Jesse, great play. Did you post that in the profit circle, Jesse? Make sure you post that. Shit, if nothing else in the general chat, post that one for sure. Wins too. If you guys are winning, post them in the wins channel for sure. Anybody can see the wins channel too. So if you join the general chat, you can see the wins channel and the profit circle. You don't have to be a verified wave maker to see all the money that everybody else is making that you should be getting in on. Right on, Jesse. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, post it in there. And I appreciate you always rocking with me on the live streams too. So here we go, about 20 minutes in, man. So I am glad that I didn't try to giga short much else like in breakout props. I knew it was going out of time. I usually don't trade breakout prop on the mobile. In fact, I never do. I only can close them on the mobile. I don't open any trades. But I put in that one limit order on Moondeg, which is a meme coin that I love to short because it's about a fake hippo and it's not going to take over blockchain. So, but it's very, very volatile. So you don't need that much money. So that's the thing. I got a $100,000 account on breakout prop, but I'm like using, I don't know, 5 or 10 grand. Like I'm not even using that, but sometimes I'm using like 1,500 bucks. You don't even need that much. That's kind of the point I'm making. You don't have to risk all the money on one, especially on one of these little coins, and you can get a big move and make a lot of money. So this one is kind of a bigger risk to reward ratio. If it hits 11.362 cents, then Moondeg, that short, will enter. My stop loss is at 0.1257, which is kind of a lot of wiggle room. I'm looking at the Moondeg chart right now. It's got a big ass wick. I don't know if it's going to continue up. I hope it does, because then it's a little bit higher. I would trigger that. And then I think it's going to tank all the way back down again. So, I mean, that's the play. Now, I got to tell you something, too, by the way. I don't like setting limit orders. And I keep talking about this in the group because we have our low limit order set and this and that. The reason why is that limit orders are not trading with the trend. When it comes to crypto, you best serve trading with the trend. We like to call tops. I like to call tops. I'm always in there trying to call tops. But in reality, it's risky to do that. What I like to say is I'll wait for the 1 hour wave to reverse. So that's a red dot or a green dot on the 1 hour wave on Market Cipher B. And a lot of people in the group use Market Cipher. If you don't, it's an indicator. Crypto Face put it out. My boy, he's man. That boy is a winner. But he's doing $20 million trades. But appreciate you, Jesse. Yeah, escalator up, elevator down. Exactly, blockchain cowboy. So what on the 1 hour wave? If you want to go short, wait for a red dot on the 1 hour, and then I'll trade in and out of the 10-minute waves where we just ride that down. And then the opposite way is true too. If you see, wait till the green dot. It's wise not to try to fight the 1 hour momentum wave, because like unless you're calling the exact top, it can punch you in the face. It can go against you. So trading with the trend is the better thing to do. So when you set a limit order, you're waiting for price to hit this limit order. Boom, it hits your in, but it's like, where's your stop loss, right? You don't really know. It's going to hit the limit order and it just could keep on going. You're basically betting that your limit order is the perfect amount and then it comes back down. Predicting that in the future is hard, very hard. So what I would suggest to do is, and this is not financial advice, nothing I ever said on the channel is financial advice, but what I would suggest to do is set an alert. So as opposed to putting your limit order there, just set an alert to alert you to come check it out when that happens, and then you'll have time, unless it's really a scam, you're gonna have time to go in there and assess when's the momentum slowing down, is at the end, and then you're gonna go in and enter when it's the exact right moment, and it might save you from getting stopped or just make you a lot more money because you got a better entry. So that's what I like to do instead of setting limit orders. That being said, not everybody has all day long to go stare at the fucking charts all day, so you got to do what you got to do. You're going to use the momentum waves first. This is what I do, I should say. I use the momentum waves first, and then I'm doing my TA on the charts. To me, I got to say this, is 80% is the cake on the bottom. I appreciate that, Jesse. Yes, I have a referral code for Market Cipher as well. A lot of people like using it in the group. So Market Cipher is legitness. Market Cipher B is on the oscillator, down where the RSI is. So I'm looking at the directional momentum. That won't tell you price. That won't give you a price prediction. The problem with most people in crypto, and I have a different approach, I guess, than most TA guys, is that they always want to predict price. Is it going to this price? Is Bitcoin going to 100K? Is it going to 130K? To me, I'm like, price is a moving target. Think about it. In the long term, we have inflation. So price is all over the place. So the longer time horizon you have on your TA, the less accurate you're going to be on a price prediction. So instead of price, I'm going into, he says, I've got Market Cipher B lifetime, luckily. Nice, Jesse, me too. My man Crypto Face looked it up. If you guys just joined this live stream, or if you're in it earlier, you see that music video I did with him. It's called Join the Market Cipher. I'm talking about the Market Cipher, his indicator, but also just as a play on words, as a rapper, the cipher is where everybody goes to rap. So anyways, like the perfect name of his indicator. I was like, oh, we got to use this in a song. But I'm looking at the momentum waves at the bottom of market cipher B to show me that the momentum is going in this direction first. Then I'm looking at the price chart to tell me, okay, where is my target? And that's where you have support and resistance. There's a million lines you can draw, right? People got VWAP, some people got Bollinger Bands, some people got all kind of different indicators that show you a line on the chart. But I'm just saying, there's no like reason anything has to go to a price. And over a longer time horizon, with the fact that like literally there's inflation and stuff, that's not going to matter as much. But not only that too, trend lines and stuff, they have some, they do have something to it. But like support resistance matters because that's where there were buyers and sellers at that price. So that's when price does matter, because people like are bag holding at a certain price. So when price gets back there, they're going to want to sell and get out and try to get their money back, and then a lot of money will change hands. And that's what creates support and resistance levels on a price chart. But this is also why I always will say this, and I'll die on this hill. Anybody doing fucking TA on a chart that is not a price chart, or not something that people are actually buying and selling on that chart, they're a charlatan. It's smoke and mirrors. It's not real. Yes, that goes for you Bitcoin dominance people. Yes, that goes for anybody trying to do TA on a leveraged ETF. It doesn't work that way. You would have to do it on the underlying spot price, because over time, leverage ETFs, they decay. So again, I'm coming from TradFi, so I have a different additional perspective than people in crypto. Or if you're trying to do it on some trading pair, you're like Ethereum to BNB, or even Bitcoin to Ethereum. People are not mostly trading Bitcoin and Ethereum. They're mostly trading BTC versus USD or USDT. So looking at those other charts and drawing lines, it's fool's gold. It's just a tarot card. It's really what it is. It's a Rorschach test. It's an ink blot test. You're just making it up. And guess what? You draw enough lines on a chart, something's going to hit, and you're going to be like, oh, it's real. That shit matter. Like that. First of all, every single line ever drawn on a chart has been broken at some point in time. You could be right 6 times in a row. It bounced off this line every time. And on the 7th time, it breaks through. So what, were you right or were you wrong? Or even when people give a price prediction, like when Bitcoin was at 70K, and like it's going to 100K. Okay, so when it went to 100K, and then it pushed through to 126K, were you right that it went to 100K? Was I supposed to take profit at 100K? What was I supposed to do at 100K? You see what I'm saying? Like, what does that price prediction mean? Was I right or was I wrong? It's like, was that supposed to be the top at 100K and I was supposed to get out and it was going to turn around? Because then you were wrong if it went higher, right? So that's why I don't really give price predictions. What I will tell you is when momentum is slowing down, when we've seen enough in one direction, you run out of buyers or you run out of sellers, and now it's time for maybe the opposite to come in, and that's how it works. They work in waves, which is why I love that Market Cipher B is waves. I happen to have a lot of wave theming in everything I do. I had my song Riding My Own Wave before I even started trading, okay? So that's why when you hear that song, Riding My Own Wave, it's always applicable what I'm talking about. But it also happens to refer to Market Cipher waves, and it also has to refer to the wave makers in the profit circle. So that's my 2 cents for today, man. So any more questions, leave them in the profit circle. I see them in there. Sometimes they're just technical questions, like how do I navigate or how do I do this thing in Breakout Prop? I'm there for you. I'm in there 7 days a week, y'all. So I'm there for you to help you out. Anything in Phemex as well. So Phemex also has a lot of coins that Breakout Prop doesn't have. And we talked about that. Someone brought that up last night or today in the profit circle. And basically, that's kind of, there's pros and cons of both. That's why I trade on both. So Breakout Prop, I'm trading with someone else's money, which is nice. But also they don't have every ticker. So in the future trades, we have a lot of setups. A lot of them are not in Breakout Prop. So we got to go to Phemex, and that's where you trade some of those other tickers. And some people just like trading with their own money better than trading with someone else's money. And also, you obviously don't have the rules of the evaluation. So just real quick, Breakout Prop is a contest right now. That's a partnership with me. If you use my referral code to create an account, it's a discount code. First of all, you save money anytime you use my discount code, GGRF7W at checkout. So when you go to your Breakout Prop evaluation, you go to pay for it, put in that code every time. It saves you money. Breakout Prop doesn't do any sales. It's really kind of like the only way you can save money that I know of is an affiliate code. So GGRF7W is my affiliate code. But for this month only, in fact, it ends on the 22nd, there's going to be a free giveaway. So what happens is the higher the evaluation you purchase, the more entries you get. Now, Breakout Prop handles that on the back end, so I can't be biased. I don't get to pick the winner. But one person is going to get a free $100,000 eval. They've never done this before. They only gave away $10,000 evals before. So you're going to get a $100,000 evaluation. So if you ever wanted to try Breakout Prop, now's the time to try it. You can enter content. All you got to do to enter is use my referral code, which saves you money. And then that way you'll automatically be entered. And you can enter as many times as you want. So basically do that for this month. We'll be announcing the winner whenever they tell me who the winner is after the 22nd. The contest ends on the 22nd, end of the day on the 22nd. So now's a great time to try Breakout Prop. All you do is go to breakoutprop.com. I have a lot of tutorials on how the rules work. But basically, the one example I like to use, if you buy a $100,000 account for the one step, you basically have to make $10,000 before you lose $6,000 to advance. Once you get to $10,000, now you're become a funded trader. They give you 100 grand to trade with, and then you can withdraw your winnings every single day. The only caveat is you cannot lose more than 4,000 in one. You can't lose more than 4% in one day. So it's roughly 4,000. So it's actually a little bit more than that. Obviously, it's 4%. Or you could be at 109,000. You can lose more than 4,000 in that day. But basically, you got to get to 10K first. So if you prove yourself, you got a proven system that you can win $10,000 before you lose, then you're going to become a funded trader. It automatically stops. And here's a tip too, by the way, because I've done this before, obviously. You don't have to actually close that final trade. You don't have to have closed $10,000. You just run through the tape. Now, the reason this matters is because let's say you got some big ass position, and you're in the middle of a lot of volatility. It's hard to know exactly how much you're going to get charged on either slippage or on trading fees, the exact moment you press the button. So don't press it. Just wait for it to run through the tape. As soon as your thing says you've made over $10,000 in profit, take a screenshot. Take a screenshot right then. And then hopefully the momentum will carry you through. One time this happened to me where it went through, but it reversed right away. I had luckily taken a screenshot right at that moment. And then, but it didn't automatically close. Normally it automatically will close for you. What I did was I closed the position. I was down $1,000. I was like, what the fuck? I went to customer support. I showed them the screenshot. There was no argument. They just closed what happens is they just close down that eval, says you passed, congratulations, you get the email, boom, you're now funded. So anytime you're gonna pass the evaluation, I would definitely take a screenshot of it, just in case. Normally though, that was a long time ago, it was like a year ago. So now, hopefully they've done a lot of updates. So now it probably just automatically closes your account. You automatically are passed, boom, you become a funded trader. Oh, and shout out so one of the wave makers this week just became a funded trader, and then this morning he posted his first payout as well. So congratulations to the wave makers out there who are winning. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just in case, proof, Jesse. Shout out to the wave makers been winning. Check the wins channel. You can see who that was. I actually posted them on Twitter, LinkedIn. I post them everywhere. So congratulations to anybody who just passed your eval. That's really big, especially if it's your first one. You're a funded trader, now you're trading with someone else's money. He passed a $50,000 eval, so now you got 50 grand to trade with, and he can't lose anything else. He already paid for the evaluation. That's your only downside. So everything else is butter after that. So congratulations, and I think his first payout was $500 that paid for the eval. Boom, he's in. He's all green now. And I have a strategy on that, by the way, for the people who want to go big and just pass in one trade. It's not my style, but if you're going to do it correctly. I have a video that breaks down all the math on how you can do it, appropriately based upon Breakout Props rules. And so I highly suggest watching that video, because to me, if I was going to try to pass all in one trade, I want to know the math. Basically, it's a 2.5 to 1 setup. You got to win 10 grand before you lose 4 grand. That's 2.5 to 1. That's a normal setup for a lot of traders. So I don't think that's unrealistic. You just have to have a good setup, and that's where you join the profit circle, and everybody's posting their setups and what they're seeing in there. So anyways, that's pretty much all I got for you guys for today. If I got something else, I'm gonna put it in the profit circle. But if not, I'll see you guys next Sunday at noon. Sorry I didn't have the chart set up here, but I'm on the road. But I'm definitely dedicated to doing this show every Sunday at noon, unless I'm in the freaking hospital. So that's all I got for you today. It's your boy Cassius Cuvée. Stay right in my own way. Shout out to everybody who's out there. And I'm working on a new song for a new music video I want to film in Art Basel. I'll be in Miami in December. So all right, appreciate it. See you next week, man. And oh, built-in multiplier. Yeah, that was the video. What is the built-in multiplier? Is going to explain the video that shows the different how 5x leverage works and why you get charged higher trading fees. So yeah, that's a great call out. It's called What is the Built-in Multiplier. Anyways, man, but yeah, I'm trying to film another music video with my man Loudmouth in Miami. So I got a banging ass beat. I wanna write the perfect song, man. It's gonna be fun. But anyways, man, it's great talking with y'all, man. Stay locked in. Stay in a profit circle. We got your back. Any trade ideas you have, you might just be thinking about a trade. Go ahead and drop, even in the general chat, just go drop it in there and be like, look, what do you guys think about this trade? And we'll give you our honest opinion. You know what I'm saying? Everybody may not be on the exact same page, but it'll give you more perspective on that trade before you enter it. So I think it's a good idea. You know, I'll probably start doing it. I'm like, what do you guys think about this trade? I'm like trivia. What do you guys think about this trade? What do you think about that trade? Maybe I'll start doing that myself, dropping some trade ideas in there just for feedback, even, you know, and for other members of the group who might want to get in on it. Because sometimes I want to have really high conviction when I put a trade in there. Because I don't, you know, people might like follow my trades, but I'm kind of loose with it. I like to gamble a little bit, but I'll be honest with you about that when I'm going to do that. So I don't call out every trade because I'm like spur of the moment. I see the momentum reversing. I gotta jump in real quick. But maybe I'll post some trade setups, and I'll say, okay, this is my TA, like something well in advance. And I'll say, this is what I'm seeing. This would be my entry, and this would be my stop loss. But we're not to the entry yet. And then I'll have people like vote on it or see what they say about it. Maybe I'll do some of those and try to encourage people to not be afraid to ask about a trade setup in advance. Everybody's in there trying to make money, bro. We're all on the same page. We always don't want each other to win. So you ain't got no fear. You might as well go ahead and put it in there. You know, because yeah, Blockchain Cowboy's good at that. He's done that a couple times. He's like, what do you guys think about this trade? Yeah, fuck it. What do we got? You know what I'm saying? Let's take a look. And you know, it's like you know what I call it a sanity check. Like, I'm about to do this trade, but let me just make sure I'm not crazy over here. What do you guys think? You know, sanity check trade. So we'll do some of those coming up here next week. I'll be back home tomorrow evening, and you know I can't stay away. I'm glued to these charts, trying to rest my arms a little bit. I'm like always on the phone, so fucking much my thumbs and arms are hurting. But I'm also working on some bigger shit and some marketing stuff, and I have some videos, more videos I want to make to give more like tutorials on certain like approaches that. These are all things that I wish I knew when I first started. These are all things that, as a trader, I wish somebody had showed me a video of this stuff. So that's the kind of content I make. And like I said in the video where I had my beard out and I was at Mum Napa, I was like, you guys, I actually care. I want you to not get wrecked. So people go on Twitter and everything and they want to pump up all these scammers that everybody been scamming the last year, and they want to talk about those people. Fuck those people. Scroll past them. You should holler at a real one, because I'm gonna keep it real with you. Nobody's paying me. I'm just doing it for the love of the game. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see y'all win. You feel me? So, you know, show some love to a real one. Repost some of my posts and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we're trying to do. Yeah, risk management, always risk management. But I'm always trying to keep it real, is what it is, because in this game, hopium will get you wrecked. It will. Take it from me. At the top of my Twitter, it says, recovered hopium addict. Hopium will get you wrecked, man. And, you know, unfortunately, there's some people you tell them your opinion. Okay, they're not trying to hear it. They get mad at me for I guess being bearish. But I'm like, look, and then of course a month later, and I'm like, I told you so. So you know what I mean? It's like I don't get no thrill out of I told you so. So I'm trying to make sure you get rich. So that's what we were working on over here in the profit circle, man. Stack those wins though, man. You don't need to make it all in one play. And that's another thing about crypto. Too many people thinking they're gonna win that lotto ticket. That shit, bro, there's literally 26 million coins this time, y'all. Last cycle, we thought it was a lot with like 21,000. There's 26 million cryptos now. 26 million of them. Come on, bro. The odds of picking the right one that's going to move, and by the way, yeah, almost all of them are damn near down 99% right now, okay? If not completely rugged. So, again, myself, that video I posted last week had 44 shorts, and they're all up quadruple digits. 44, most of them are up 4,000% or higher. Many of them are over 3,000, all set. What's going on, man? We're wrapping up shop here early, all set, but go back and watch it. But yeah, there's 26 million coins right now. Come on, bro. Like, thank you, Pump.Fun and Solana. Most of them are going nowhere. So, you know, of course I have a bearish bias because all the money got sucked away from all those scam coins. So stop promoting those people, man. I've been keeping it real with you guys this whole time. And, you know, I'm going to keep doing it because I know what's going to happen. When the bear market comes, all those scammers are going to get piled on and a real one is going to rise to the top. So I'm staying even keel and I'm going to keep giving you the real, the way I see it. But I'm not really selling you nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real with you. So that's what I'm doing. I want to set up some more beginner-friendly stuff. We've got a lot of experienced traders in the profit circle, which I'm thankful for. But sometimes new people get intimidated and it's hard to identify them because they're not going to say nothing. So I highly encourage, anytime there's a new person in the profit circle, ask them a question. Like, what are you looking at? What do you trade? You know, where do you trade? What do you like to trade? What are you looking at trying to learn? Because a lot of people are afraid. They see a new group. Even when I was new to groups and shit, I don't really want to like ask hella questions or post hella setups or something because what if I'm wrong? You know, you don't know how people are going to treat you because there's a lot of fucking trolls in a lot of groups too. People want to jump on you for no fucking reason. We ain't doing that in the profit circle. We trying to make money. So maybe that new person has a different perspective that I never seen before. I want to know what they know. Because they might know something that can make me some money. Okay, that's why we call it a profit circle. You feel me? So I even say in one rep, you know, it's like join the profit circle, only place to keep the squares out. So on that note, we're gonna leave it with that bar right there. Join the profit circle, only place to keep the squares out. And we're gonna end it right there, man. So that's to come up with your boy Cassius Cuvée today. At the title of this one, I said at the beginning, but I'll say it now, was instead of selling your Bitcoin, the things you can do is you can hedge against it by using leverage, and then have a DCA strategy, put it in cold storage, get it off the exchange. Or, you know, I would get out of the tickers like MicroStrategy and these other ones that could like collapse for other non-Bitcoin related reasons, because it's got some TradFi scam going on, you know, with all this leverage and shit. Bitcoin's not going to zero, but MicroStrategy might. You see what I'm saying? Like, not because of Bitcoin, but because they get underwater and he's borrowing all this money against his stock to buy more Bitcoin. Bitcoin could drop 30% and he could be belly up. So, you know, these type of things, they're not the best plays for Bitcoin. It's like keep Bitcoin or have a golden diamond version around your neck like I got. But anyways, man, that's all I got for you today, man. It's your boy Cassius Cuvée. Listen, I'm in these charts every day, man. I could go on forever. I always keep an eye on the NASDAQ. I want to say that the NASDAQ had a major pullback because they had a major run up. Maybe they'll bounce by Monday. So be careful if you're short. I'm anticipating a bounce, man. They buy fucking dip in the stocks relentlessly anyways. I'm anticipating a bounce on Monday, tomorrow in the stock market. Let's see how big that bounce really is. Crypto will fall. Hey, altcoin season, we're back. And then the first red day on stocks and they'll fucking collapse again, you know? So my strategy is to kind of wait and see on Monday. Honestly, I'm traveling anyways, but wait and see how that ends up. I have a feeling it'll be green. The question is, how green? That's what I want to see. How green on Monday are we? Is it just a little bounce? Is it what? Is it a full trend change? You know, is there some news? You know, we got a government shutdown. Are they going to reopen? How's that going to affect the market? I honestly don't know that one, by the way. I don't know how the government shutdown, or if the end of shutdown, if that's going to have a market effect, green, you know, green or red. A lot of people think it's going to be green, but I'm like, I don't know. It may be not affected at all. We got a lot of weird news this whole cycle, so I don't know. It's just something to keep an eye on, obviously. I mean, I don't really see why that would be a buy signal per se. It certainly wasn't a sell signal when it shut down and the fucking market went higher. So I don't know. But the point is, you know, I watch price action. So let's see what buyers are doing on Monday. I think it's going to be green in stocks, which will hopefully probably be green in crypto. How green? And then we go from there. So anyways, that's my approach. I like to trade in real time. That's why we have the profit circle, so we can discuss our trades in real time. And it's okay to change your mind in there, by the way. It's okay to change your mind. Everybody's entitled to change their mind in this business. That's trading. So anyways, all right, y'all. Peace, man. Got nothing but love for y'all. Shout out to the wave makers. Keep doing y'all thing. You're killing it.